Coming up in today's video, I show you my riding routine for taking my horse Joey to the beach. He also has a full-on washdown, so does this salt lick by Casper, and I also do some bounce jumps where I almost run over my dad.
Flippity jibs. Yep.
Welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to be showing you my riding routine with taking my horse Joey to the beach. And let's just say it was an early one because this morning started at around 5:30 in the morning. So while I was getting everything ready, Duke was very interested in what all the commotion was about because, as always, I need to make sure that all of my tack, so my saddle, my bridle, everything that I basically need for riding is in the back of the horse box, ready to go. Casper here also is not a morning person, so I think he was quite glad that I was taking Joey instead of him. While we were at the beach, we actually made a super cool cinematic edit, a little bit like some of my old videos from the past if you've been watching a while, so I really hope you enjoy what we've created. Once Joey and I were back from the beach, the first thing that I did was pop him in the wash bay to give him a good old hose down because this boy was absolutely covered in not only sand but also salt water. He was also quite sweaty as well from all of our gallops along the beach, and I also gave him a bit of water from the hose pipe as well that he does actually quite like drinking from. After that, I dried him out with a sweat scraper and then popped him back out into the paddock with Casper, where of course Joey decided to roll, get absolutely filthy, but you know what? The boy deserves it because he was so good on our ride.
Hello everyone, we are now back from the beach and I'm going to be doing some tack cleaning because, as always, when I come back from the beach, everything is just covered in sand, covered in salt water, and salt water is not good for your tack. So I'm going to be using a little bit more water when I'm cleaning. I know that water is not good for your leather, but you gotta have a bit of water just to get the salt water off. But anyway, while I'm cleaning my tack, I thought we would talk about how good Joey was on the beach, because I was thinking to myself, when did I actually last take Joey to the beach? Because normally I take Casper. I think last time I took him there was end of 2023, so almost 2 years ago. Time has flown by so quickly. But anyway, he was so good. He went in the water. We had some big splashes. He was just, I'm just so proud of him. And also, he is such a nosy horse. He loved people watching because there were quite a few people there with dogs and things. And he would just very happily stand there, look at them. There's also a train track quite near the beach as well. So he was very good when all the trains went by, and just so happy with him. Also, my stirrups, I normally do at the end just because they are so salty. I normally actually just, it sounds bad, but just dunk them in my little bucket that I have here. Now, this is way too much water normally for cleaning attack, so I do have a towel at the ready to wipe off the excess. But I find the worst places for sand and salt water is probably the girth, just because it's a bit lower down. To be fair, with Joey, because he's a bigger horse and he's higher up, he doesn't get as much salt water on him. When Casper, bless him, Casper, his whole tummy is normally just absolutely covered, so that's one of the reasons why I made sure I gave Joey a big old wash down. Okay, that is one side of the saddle complete. Also, little life hack, if you do go to the beach, don't roll your stirrups up, because then you just get your sandy wet stirrups all over your saddle. So I'm gonna have to lift this really high up. Okay, there we go. To do the other side, I also need to make sure that I do my riding boots as well, because as you can see, they're quite sandy and salty as well. So basically, if you ever get to the point where you're like, I really don't want to clean my tack, but I need to, go to the beach, because that will literally force you to. I mean, not everybody lives near the beach. I know that some people that live, I don't know, in landlocked states or countries, it's not quite so easy going to the beach. But for us, that's only 20 minutes down the road. I just take my horses to the beach. To be fair, our beach, you can only go at certain times of the year because of the tide. So we are a pebble beach kind of area. But when the tide goes out, there's a lovely bit of sand that you can have a big canter and a gallop on. Also, I'll tell you how long ago it was that we last took him to the beach, because I can remember, I think it's actually the screen lock on my phone. I'll put the picture up on screen, because we took him to the beach to film the spring-summer of 2024 colours, but we were filming it in the autumn of 2023. So there we go, because Lemieux actually very kindly sent me the colours in advance so everything would look summery, because often I have a bit of trouble because they sent me the spring summer colours in like February where it looks horrible in the UK. Wait a second, I just have to get some more water. And often I'm absolutely freezing in just a t-shirt as well. So actually, when we went there, it was really lovely because there was a lady there and she had her horse, and it gave Joey the confidence to actually properly go in the sea. And he went in there, we had some big splashes, and it was lovely to see that even though he hasn't been there in like 2 years, he was so brave and he was just so well behaved. Because yeah, going to the beach is actually quite a scary place, because you know, there's all the water, and the water moves as well. It's not like a cross-country kind of water where it's normally like a very shallow little pond. The sea, it has waves. And I think horses often, they don't really understand when the waves are kind of like moving towards them and then the waves move away. They're like, whoa, what's happening here? Why is it coming at me? So no, Joey was very, very well behaved. Hopefully my tack is now feeling a lot better as well, because yeah, we do not want the salt water to dry everything out. Okay, it is now time for the stirrup dunking. So normally just do a little dunk like this. Luckily my stirrups are metal, and then just give them a bit of a shake because all the sand is just stuck to the treads. Obviously we do not want that sand then going on my saddle. There we go. I'm gonna give it a bit of a clean with my sponge as well. Oh, look at that. Almost, there's so much sand in my bucket now. I'm gonna have to get some fresh water for the rest of my tack. There we go. It looks a lot better though. The worst thing is when you have muddy boots and then your treads get all muddy and then you have no grip because it's just filled with just mud and rubbish and everything. But now, nice and clean, and I can now roll my stirrups up. Okay, time to do the other one. Oh no! I dropped my towel in the water. To be fair, I woke up at 5:30 a.m. this morning to get to the beach for 6. So I can't blame myself too much for being a little bit clumsy and a little bit tired today. Oh my goodness. There we go. I'm going to probably put some leather conditioner on that as well to give it a bit of a moisturise, but it looks a lot better now all the salty water is off it. There we go. Oh no, the drips. I'm actually tempted to dip my new boots because these are the new boots by Lemure that they very kindly sent me. And I feel like, you know, I look after all my stuff anyway, but especially when I get sent things, I want to look after them, you know, guys. I want to be grateful. Oh, to be fair, that's worked really well because just the sole of the boot obviously had a lot of sand on, and I just thought if I try and use a sponge to get that off, my sponge is just going to get sandy and it's not going to work. But these always clean up so nicely. Tell you what, one thing about these boots, they haven't told me to say this. I mean, they have sent me it and I am a sponsored rider for them, but my own opinion, these boots, I have not had any rubbing from them. Like sometimes when you get new tall boots, they just take a while to kind of break in and to be comfortable, but these have been comfortable from the get-go. That is my product review so far if you're in the market for some new tall boots. I'm going to put these back on in probably about 20 minutes because the plan is to ride Casper after this. I think it'll be fun to do some stuff in the school with him because we've been doing a lot of hacking lately, so I thought, how about, because I did some bounce jumps with Joey in the arena yesterday and that's all set up, and I thought, you know what, we could do some bounce jumps with Casper. I mean, we're not going to push him too hard. There's currently 3 in a row at the moment. Maybe we'll start off with 2, or maybe even just like a little cross pole on his own first as a warm-up. But Casper, as you guys know, absolutely loves jumping. He's an older boy now, but he just absolutely loves it, so I think that can be his jump for the week, and I think he'll very much enjoy that. So anyway, I will see you all once my tack is nice and clean and it's time to go and grab Casper. So here we have our bounce jumps. As I said before, they are set up for Mr. Joey that I did with him yesterday. So for Casper, I might have to put them in a little bit just because Casper's a little bit smaller and also he's a little bit older now as well. So he's not as flexible as he used to be for making up that distance. But if you want to do some bounce jumps at home, then the distance for them is kind of 3 of my paces. So because I have shorter legs, I do go a little bit longer for my paces. So it's kind of like 1, 2, 3, and with a bounce jump, basically, with a normal jump, if you have a distance of 1 stride for a horse, it means that a horse lands, does 1 stride of canter, and then takes off. But with a bounce jump, basically, as soon as the horse lands, they take off again. So this is really good at engaging their hind end, building up those butt muscles basically. But anyway, I haven't done bounce jumps with Casper for a little while, so we might be a little bit rusty. I don't know what he's going to think, but honestly, I'm just doing this with him as enrichment, keeping him fit, happy, that kind of thing. Like, as you guys know, he's an older boy now. We just have a bit of fun. So anyway, I'm probably going to take down a few of the jumps so we can just start off with a single fence first, but knowing Casper, like, he's done this so many times over the years that he knows what he's doing. So anyway, I'm going to just pop these out of the way to start with. He's just like the easiest horse. Like, he's just been standing here, no hay net, nothing, just chilling. Like, he's so good, Cass. I mean, he's not a morning person, as I said before. Like, he has probably just been standing here napping, to be honest. But to be fair, he's not too dirty. There's a few poo stains, but he's not too dirty today, which is great. Yes, oh, the scratchy spot. I found a scratchy spot. Oh, so good. So good. Oh, well done, Casper. He's getting hairier. I don't like it. It's getting darker. The horses are getting hairier. I mean, today is a very nice, hot, warm summer's day, but it was chilly this morning and I got up at 5 for Joey, but autumn definitely feels like it's on the way. Hey, Casper.
Now it's time to get Casper ready for our ride, so of course had to tackle his tail. I feel like every grooming video of Casper, I always complain about how thick this boy's tail is. It always comes back with twigs, leaves, everything in it. It's always so knotty. Of course, had to brush his mane as well, and oh my goodness, I still cannot get over how fluffy Casper is at the moment. I'm definitely gonna have to give him a clip soon. Casper is actually the sort of horse where I do clip him all year round because he just has the thickest coat ever. You can also see he's starting to lose his summer coat, so lots of little bits of hairs were flying about. It almost felt like it was almost snowing. So yes, clipping Casper is definitely on the to-do list for this week. Also, I think it's so important, even though Casper's getting older, to keep him fit, happy and healthy. So I was really excited to be doing some jumping with him. Obviously, we don't jump him as much as I used to now that he's older, but he honestly just has so much fun.
Alrighty, Casper has his jumping or tendon boots on. Yes, mister, he's looking at me like, Hello? What are you doing? Anyway, the saddle pad colour we are going for today is wisteria. Even though my top is lilac, I know they're different colours, but I think they go together really nicely, especially as my top's like a little bit lighter, but Casper's like a grey. So actually, I don't know, together, let me know, does it clash or does it look nice? I can't decide. I think it looks nice. Anyway, I'm going to put on Casper's saddle next. Hopefully oh my gosh, the saddle, I must have worn the saddle pad when someone was molting because it's covered in Joey hairs. Anyway, let's get the saddle. Stay there, saddle pad. And I have my saddle. He's just falling asleep. To be fair, it is nice and sunny. Like, I'm squinting a little bit in the sun, but Casper, he's probably falling asleep, bless him. Casper, we're doing some jumping. You've got to, I mean, he's the sort of horse where he will wake up as soon as he sees the fences, like he will lock onto them. So anyway, I'm gonna put his saddle on, put his bridle on, get myself ready, and I'll see you guys when it is time to do some bounce jumps.
Please tell me I'm not the only person that does this, but whenever I do Casper's girth up, I always put the saddle flap on my head while I'm doing it up. It's just easier, it's a little life hack. Then we took him for a little hack around the village to warm him up.
Alrighty, we've taken Casper for a little warm up around the village, and I'm just gonna give him a canter on both reins, and then it's time to do some jumps. He feels very chilled today, so he might need waking up a little bit.
Now Casper is an older gentleman, our warm-up is super important, especially before we start jumping. So we did a lot of canter work while I was really trying to open him up, increase our impulsion, just lengthen that stride a little bit, because he can sometimes be a little bit shuffly to start with, just where he's a little stiff, but then once he's going, he feels absolutely incredible, and he feels like he's a young horse again. And as you can see, he had a smile on his face the whole time.
Make it pop. I got a vibe, light it up, give it all. I always bring the fire. That's just our style.
Good job.
That's just our style. That's just our style.
Hop, hop, hop. Good job.
Everybody's like, wow. Everybody all around, everybody's getting down. Everybody's like, wow, there's a new sound in town. Everybody's like, wow. That's just our style. That's just our style. That's just our style. That's just our style. That's just our style.
Oh my goodness, how good was Casper? I actually cannot remember when I last did jumping with him or even bounce jumps in general, and I was so proud of him. He had an absolute blast, and as always with any horses, your cool down is also really important. So I made sure that we did lots of long and low work at the end, did some trot just to stretch him out and cool him down, and then it was time to untack him. And of course Casper got lots of treats for being such a good boy. I really hope you enjoyed seeing us doing some jumping. I think it goes to show that even if you have an older horse, you can still have so much fun with them. Like obviously Casper and I, we're not jumping big anymore, we're not improving anymore, but we both still had an absolute blast. And that's what horse riding is all about, really, having fun, having that connection with a horse. And I think a lot of people forget that and just really focus on competition or jumping higher, and it really does go to show that that's not what it's all about. But anyway, Casper here then went back out in the paddock with Joey, where he actually had so much fun licking his salt lick. Like, look at him. How cute is that? But anyway, thank you so much everybody for watching today's video. If you're new or have not done so already, please like and subscribe, as it really does help me out and I really do appreciate it. And go and watch another one of my videos after this one. I'll leave a little iCard to it and I'll see you next time. Bye!